What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is iRacing Indy Fixed from Iowa Speedway. Doing our live stream. The race will be in about 15 minutes here. So if you're watching this after the fact, you can just go ahead and jump on ahead. Because otherwise, we're just going to be doing our practice here, just kind of getting a feel for things. Pro tip: apron is a little bit slippery. It's good though. It's good though. So hopefully that means that we'll be sliding around a lot, which means we'll have a lot of fun. I'm always amazed by how quickly people can get into a stream. Car is loose, have fun. Sounds like a plan. It's not quite flat out there. Oh my goodness, we might actually be lifting.
Did anybody run the other rig?
In clean air. We're lifting in clean air, boys. It's gotten real. Hopefully you don't crash this time. It's more like hopefully I don't get crashed this time. See, there's a difference. It's not me doing the crashing, it's the me doing the getting crashed. Makes all the difference right there. And given we are lifting a lot, I have a feeling this is going to be very much a high-line affair. This is the second race of the week. This time slot that I'm in. So I didn't see. And I can't confirm. This guy up here in the chat, I live in Iowa. It was 20 in snow yesterday. Yep. It was 20 in snow yesterday. Welcome to spring. Welcome to Iowa.
I have no idea how I got through you guys.
I just hope this race actually, you know, has green flag running. And that was kind of one of those, whoopsie daisies. Every now and then you gotta wreck it just to remind yourself what it's like to wreck, right? Did the first race already. It's going to be loose and you will be lifting. Tire management is everything. To that I say, hell yeah! Give me some of that. Although I know we'll get like 5 lap runs. That apron sure is slickery though. You didn't harness the power of Bobby Rahall's glasses. Which one was the power of Bobby Rahal? The glasses or the mustache? I feel like those are a combination that you put the two together is just unstoppable, you know? And apparently my mic is like falling off my headset. I definitely have a feeling that this race will be, you know, about 10 laps in, and then you'll have a self-spinner coming off of 2. Don't go up that high. Third groove does not work. You have a self-spinner coming off of 2 or 4. In just a second here, I gotta readjust my mic. Hopefully that's better. Oh goodness! Oh goodness! Oh goodness! Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is going to be fun. As long as I can fix my freaking mic, because it keeps flying into my face here. This thing definitely gets loose very quickly, and if you are not paying attention to it, it gonna get you. It gonna get you with the boogeyman, you know? I think once we're actually taking it, you know, semi-seriously, we'll be A-okay. I don't foresee any problems. So I think we're going to want to run the top groove 3 and 4. 1 and 2, watch out for the tunnel, because the tunnel apparently like actually matters. A big little hump in the middle of the corner. And I will only be doing the one race tonight. I just wanted to get into bed early. Kind of on a bit of a different schedule. Got some things going on here. So, hopefully it's a good one. Otherwise, that's going to be that. We're not going to jump in for any sprint car shenaniganry. And again, my mic is just totally screwing me around. I don't think that it's that my mic is goofy, but I can feel it like rubbing up against my cheek because it keeps like creeping closer and closer, and it's really kind of distracting. So probably the middle and 1 and 2, up top in 3 and 4. That's what it's looking like it's going to be. Although we'll see, because if you might be able to actually run lower once the car gets more loose. But this race is going to be absolute carnage. Yeah, this race is just not gonna work well. This is not gonna work well. So keep it in the middle in 1 and 2. Keep it at the top in 3 and 4. But don't get too high up coming out of 2. Otherwise, it'll get you. And the thing is, like, the stock cars, you know, the way they break loose, like, it's not really that big of a deal, you know? Whereas these things, like, once it snaps, like, you're done. I really think this could be really exciting, but I have a feeling that this is iRacing, this is Indy Fixed. There's a very good chance that this will not be exciting. But I hope it is. This definitely does make me a little bit more excited for the actual race later on this year. Which, of course, I'll be there. Get rid of that downforce, you know, and slip slide around. Go really fast in a straight line. Alrighty, I'm tempted to bust out the super glue. Definitely got to have the wheel straight coming out of 2. So the hump in the middle of 1 and 2 will kill you down at the bottom. The hump exiting turn 2 will kill you at the top. Otherwise, I see no problems here. I do wonder, though, if this is going to be a very one-line race. Dude, Iowa's fantastic in the Indy cars. Anyone who disagrees, like, you're doing it wrong. Or alternatively, you're racing Indy Fixed and you're racing with, you know, the Indy Fixed crowd. But, it's actually, like, really awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know? Yes, I may sound massively biased because I'm obviously an IndyCar fan and I'm obviously from Iowa. But, like, this track, I just like it in general. Just happens to be close and convenient. But like the idea of putting Indy cars on a track like this, to me, when they first announced it, was kind of like, this isn't going to work out well. But now that the place is, you know, extra bumpy and lost its grip because Iowa winners, yo, it actually works out really well. I think it's one of the more exciting races of the oval variety each year in the real world. And I'm not just saying that as someone who ends up at the going to the race every year. Unlike Phoenix, you actually get a second line going around there, you know? F1 paint scheme. Yeah. See, this is one of those instances where having the weight jacker in the fixed series would really go a long way. Because then you could actually tighten the car up, make adjustments to it. Which would definitely help keep people on the track. This car definitely doesn't seem to suck up like the old car did, though. At least at this track here. He did. He did. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the session, and I'm going to go get some super glue because I'm fixing this mic because it is creeping me out. So, BRB. Alrighty, hopefully I got the microphone situation settled. I gotta go shut the lights back off. So before we get to that time, just gonna jump in here. Should we qualify or should we start from the back? Comments? Let me know. Alright, be back in just a moment. Alright, and we're back. You know, it seems like you guys are kind of a little bit mixed. It's about 50-50 is what it looks like to me. In terms of track temperature, we do have a 118 degrees Fahrenheit, 90 degrees afternoon temperature, clear. Oh boy, we are in Iowa, and it is July. That must mean that it already rained for the day. Midwest weather. Yay, so much fun. So much fun. I think we're going to go ahead and take some laps just for the sake of doing some laps. But I think we're going to go ahead and invalidate those. So we'll start at the back. I like my Midwest weather. Said no one ever. I don't know where you're at in the Midwest, but this whole you know, snow in April, like April snow brings what? May something or others? Wait, gotta invalidate. Scrape. Yep, job done. Oh my goodness. 0x, go away so I can validate my lap again, please. The 0x will not go away. Alright, there we go. Let's try a pit entry here. Not that we're going to need this one. Nope. I hate the pit entry here, though, I will say that. That's the one thing I really don't like about this track. I think it would work, though, in iRacing if you actually had to use the apron. Because otherwise it's kind of like just an awkward thing because that wall sticks out from where the roval jumps back onto the banking on the front stretch. Like, it sticks out and you, like, want to turn in to cut it tight. But then you're like, oh, no, that ain't going to work. So it's kind of a little bit weird, kind of a little bit clunky. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Thinking he's all cool. This is inaccurate. Where is all the corn? The corn is easy to find. We'll just go ahead and show you here. Right there. I mean, there's a silo. Didn't even have to look like 10 minutes, and we found a silo. There's a silo. There's a gas station. There's cornfields all over the place. There's the good old water tower. I mean, it's Iowa, you know. You just assume all this is probably cornfield, except for this, because this is an airport. Which I'm not sure that's how runway markings work. I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But yeah, voice chat media. Oh yes, we're set to be at the back, boys. We gonna die. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. But yeah, I should probably change to a different camera. I mean, that's probably going to end up at the back either way. I mean, that's my modus operandi. There you go, using the big words and probably mispronunciating them at the same time. And I feel like this volume is like super loud, but yet I have it set at 6, which is way lower than it usually is. See, we would have made it if it wasn't for that stupid pit wall there. I mean, we totally had it. We're gonna use the banking to save us, and then, you know, just crunch. We had it. We totally had it. Oh man, a good old John Deere with a Kazi in it, of course. That would actually be something awesome. Like, there was that Honda lawnmower thing. Like, some guy should seriously just do, like, turbo combine. Where's my where's my button? Guys, I don't...
Don't worry. This is the chicken coop.
What the hell? My wheel just went
I really
into...
like delivery there, Jeffrey.
My wheel just went into, like something mode. Okay, restarting wheel. Come on. Come on. Please, Fanatec, don't screw me over, Fanatec, please.
On my car.
Fanatec? There we go. Alright, and we're back.
Inverse, I guess.
Apparently I had hit
Yeah, I had the inverse on the DW12. And,
I had hit the button to send it into like programming mode, but not like the programming mode where you have the like wheel menu, but the programming mode where like you are in like PS3 mode or whatever. So we're starting 16th here. I'd like to start further back. I forgot to change my offset, didn't I? Dang it! Oh man, this is not going well. Oh well, it won't be that bad around here. At least we're not racing at Oxford. There we go. We need to have IndyCar at Oxford Plains. I think that would be the absolute greatest thing in the history of mankind. Just like one never-ending left, probably doing about 100 and... I think it's probably about 135. Cranking all the downforce. This guy's all like, let me pit. Must go to the back. I'm scared. Protect me. The back is the only safe place.
Line up on the outside. Pit road is closed. Catch the 16 car.
The good news is, though, we are starting at the top.
Catch the 16 car.
Yeah, I would love to see IndyCar go back to Milwaukee because...
19 car by. He had the position when
okay.
the flag came out.
Not sure there. I would like to see Milwaukee make a comeback, but it clearly didn't work. It clearly wasn't working. And while a lot of that can probably be blamed on the car, you know, there's also an effort was made to make that race work. It wasn't like they just kind of mailed it on in. So, oh goodness, all this left steering is going to make me go crazy. But we got 115 laps. That's a lot of laps. I feel like they keep making the fixed races longer and longer and longer, but like I don't notice it. Anyways, what's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is iRacing Indy Fixed from Iowa Speedway. We got a 115 lap race starting in 16th position. We're gonna be slipping and sliding all over the place. Carnage is assured. We're gonna be lifting and schlifting and all that good stuff. So let the games begin. Yep, we got some banana peels out there on track. Although if they stay on the apron, that will prevent a yellow from coming out. There's another one. Oh, man. Operation Keep It On the Track is in full effect. I'm trying to figure out how in the world we're going to make a pass. There's another one down there. They're just all over the place. Let the bodies hit the floor. So they have. There we go. We'll just blitzkrieg around the outside there. Just be all like, surprise! You weren't running high enough, so I'm going to take that line out from underneath your feet. We do want to be mindful of the tires, though. Because in a race like this, if you can save the tires a little bit compared to the competition, especially if we do get a long green run, I could end up paying back. Especially seeing how we're starting so far at the back anyways, and this field is already quite spread out. So let's just give it some laps. This race is going to get spicy by the end of it. I can guarantee that. Spiciness is assured. Okay. Why is it every single race that I do, I got to get in with the wigglers and the wobblers? Making good progress here. Just keep it up. Keep digging. Oh, man. Alright, you gotta be careful here.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear inside.
Alright, we gotta get low.
Car outside.
Watch out for the hump. Watch out for the hump.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Still there. The yellow flag is out. Line up. Single file. Pit road is closed. Catch 11 car.
Alright. Alrighty. I had flashbacks to Charlotte last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever the heck it was, with that green car there. I'm like, oh no, not this again.
11 car.
No. I was hoping that would have stayed green, because I think we're really starting to work it there.
Catch the 14 car.
We were just getting held up there between these two guys. As we were a good bit faster, there was just nowhere to go, because if you go to the low line, you end up going over the big old bump in the middle of 1 and 2. And with this thing, it's just, it doesn't have the grip. The track temperature is so high, there's just not enough downforce that you do that, you're just skating. Like you're out of the power for so long. So here we go with this, what's this challenge? The Find the Dudes challenge. Where my dudes at? Isaac, the car has different wings depending on what type of track you're running on. For the short ovals, the ovals under a mile or a mile and less, such as Iowa, Milwaukee, Phoenix, those tracks you run the road course and shorter oval wings. And then at the big tracks, the 1.5 miles and larger ovals, you run the speedway wings, which are the tiny little wings that are really, really small. I think it looks just as good with the short oval wings. I actually think that it probably, in my opinion, looks better with the full-on downforce wings at the back. Preferably like the single plane that they had at like Phoenix, rather than what we have here where we have the extra element up top. I just think the rear wing on the Speedway kit is just too low. It screws with my mind every single time because it's just like this little tiny thing back there that's just like, I know it works. It obviously makes perfectly good sense because they're using the ground effects to make, you know, the vast majority of the downforce, and the wings are basically trimming devices for the level of downforce that they're running. But it's just like, it's too small. You're just not used to seeing a wing that small on a car, so it's just like, that just doesn't look right. It looks out of place. AMT, what are your PC specs? i7 6700K run at 4.5 gigahertz. NVIDIA GTX 1070 with whatever overclock. Every graphics card's overclocked these days. Like 16 gigabytes RAM. Nothing fancy. Yeah, PC specs in the About tab. There you go. And good to see you made it out here, Trip. Maybe one of these races you need to spot for me. I think that would be a great carnage. Can we get a Rift setup vid? I'm gonna say something here. I've seen that question asked, like, what setup am I running for the virtual reality when I am racing VR? Obviously, we're not here, but you just plug it in and it goes. I don't know, man. Like, what setup is there? And I have to say, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because I know Jason every now and then drops into these streams. That Newman Haas Texaco car, that's a classic livery. Just looks so good on this new car. Which again, we need to have a throwback race in IndyCar because there's just so many schemes that just look just right. Get softball race to a spot for you. See if anyone notices the difference. That would actually be a fun one there. Alrighty, we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Still 100-ish laps to go.
Get ready, going
We're
green.
up to 8th. So I made decent progress. Just gotta take care that we run away here.
The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. You're
Good
in
start.
the top 10.
God, even lifting on the frickin' restarts, man. I kind of slid the front there.
Just keep hitting your mark.
Swervies! Double swervies! Got one in the wall.
The yellow flag is out. Line up, single file. Pit road is closed.
Empty boxes secretly Roger Penske. Ah, I wish.
The pit car.
I wish I had a racing empire at my fingertips just to toy around with.
Catch the 11 car.
So stay behind the 11 car.
11
Alright.
car by.
11 car is totally hosed. Not maintaining pace speed. Come on. Come on. You can do it. In fairness, I did just kind of blow right on by him, but I feel like this is one of those situations where, like, you shouldn't really be waiting for a car that is going that slowly because he's that damaged.
Catch the pit car. The pit road is now open.
I mean, there's only 14 cars behind total, so let's just come on down, take what is essentially going to be a more or less free pit stop, and just be done with it. And we got this guy bumping the limiter. There's our dudes, and by dudes I mean dude. Go, go, go! Aussie Greg Hill, be jealous of my sound effects.
Line up,
Deal with
single
it.
file. Catch the pit car.
Alright, so we lost positions there on that, well, at least one position. I mean, it's more fun. It used to be more fun with the NASCAR because you get to go like, you know,
Catch the pit car.
you know. I mean, when you only have one lug nut, you just don't get as many hits, you know. Skippy's at the Nürburgring? Skippy's at the Nürburgring? Skippy's at the Nürburgring. Skippy's at the Nürburgring, man. I'm just gonna say the Skippy's at the Nürburgring. It's just fun to say Skippy's at Nürburgring. So, thanks for the reminder. Knowing me, I probably won't get time to actually jump on in and give it a go, but that could be fun. So, what's going on here? I feel like we're significantly out of order here, and I don't know.
Catch the 8 car. Catch the 6 car.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an angry pace lapper. Like, I get frustrated and really irked at people who, like, don't stay in their position, like, reasonably well. Like, you'll see the guys who get all, like, right up in your business just to, like, as close as they possibly can, and it's like, why are you doing this under yellow? What is the point? Or alternatively, like, you'll get the guy who, like, pulls down to the track, down to the apron, and he, like, gets himself a beer or something. It's just like, come on. You knew you were doing this race. You should have brought the beer with you, if that's a thing. Anyways, still a heck of a lot of laps to go. We're down in 10th. Oh, hey, we still got another lap. I was getting all jumpy. I was getting all excited.
1 lap to green.
I just don't understand it though. Like, especially if you race like the trucks. The trucks are just terrible for pacing. Like, I don't know what it is about the C-Fixed, other than the fact it's C-Fixed. Like, it's just like, people, like, have as much of a difficult time pacing as they do driving the thing. Anyways, so how about that Bourdais penalty? Long Beach Grand Prix. Yeah, bunch of bullcrap is what that was. I mean, clearly he was moving over into the pit lane. He did move over into the pit lane. There's no doubt about that. But clearly it wasn't an attempt to gain an advantage. It was just making sure that Dixon wasn't going to shade over on into him and cause a wreck because they were 3 wide at that point. Like, I felt like that guy just has one hell of a time on his hands. But, like, that's one of those things where it's just a gray area, and you just got to let him race. We got another Texaco car up here. Apparently, we're racing in the Newman-Haas race here. Although it was pretty cool seeing Bourdais' car like jump over the little reflectors. I don't know if anyone caught that because they didn't mention it on the broadcast, but like you could clearly see his car just like popped up sideways, and that's why he ended up getting in the corner so hot. And how he actually came out the other side, you know, was incredibly impressive. But I don't think he was actually going for that, but it ended up working out perfectly until race control's all like, we're fun haters. And I'll also say one other thing. You know, this weekend we had it both in Long Beach as well as the Chinese Grand Prix. I feel like the race control, you know, you have 2 different situations there. Obviously, in the Chinese Grand Prix, the pits are open, you know, immediately, F1 rules, whereas in IndyCar, the pits are closed until the field stacks back up, which you have 2 different sides of the same coin. Either way, it's going to, you know, cause issues, and it's going to be a factor in the race. But I feel like in both instances, they probably, you know, and by they I mean the race control at IndyCar, Formula 1, could have either called the yellow earlier or called the yellow later, so that way it didn't have such an effect at the front of the grid. Because, I mean, you look at the wreck for Zachary Clayman DeMello that brought out that yellow that screwed over Dixon and Bourdais with the whole pits closed situation. I mean, if you hold the pits open for 3 more seconds, they're going to make their pit stops. You haven't screwed over, you know, the race. No one's going to be all like, oh, that's just not fair. Like, it's just letting the race play out, and I think that's one of those things that really would have been nice to see. You know, just kind of a heads-up decision, knowing that hey, this is the situation in the race right now. Alright, we want long green flag runs here. That's what we're looking for here. Not too concerned that they kind of pulled away a little bit there at the start. Yeah, the F1 race ended up actually being pretty good. I stayed up, watched it. I honestly fell asleep by the time that the that Ferrari was playing their shenaniganry. But I woke up shortly before the safety car and watched the rest of it. Easily stayed up. Quite entertaining. Although I will say, I do kind of laugh when people talk about how like genius these moves that the little honey badger pulls, when in reality he's just dive bombing the snot out of people, and there's only two solutions. That is, the person covers the move and gets wrecked, or alternatively they don't cover the move and they get passed. But you know, that's not me hating on him at all, because he's one of the drivers that's actually worth a damn in terms of making Formula 1 exciting. But I mean, it's like, yeah, it is what it is. That's just how F1 ends up working out, because the brake zones are next to non-existent anymore, as well as the fact that there's such, you know, aerodynamic issues in terms of following another car that you just have to go. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Woo! Started getting the push there, and I'm like, yeah, we gotta unwind this wheel, otherwise we gonna get the snap loose. Looks like someone got the snap loose there. This guy here in the car in front of us with the wing kind of screwed up. He's definitely got some speed. Really just nowhere to go there. Going up the inside, I don't think is going to work. So I do think he is faster right now, so just kind of let him go and come back to it a little bit later on. And by that I mean like a lap ahead, you know. Woo! She got a little pushy snappy there. She's getting looser. She's getting looser. Okay, boys, that's real close you got there.
Car inside. Stay high. Clear inside. Car inside.
Woo!
Clear inside.
Man, I love racing at this track. Man, do I enjoy racing at this track in these cars. Alright, we want to try and keep it wound up here.
Stay high to the car on the low side. Clear.
Drop back too far. I was trying to get a run going into one. Too fast, too fast. Too much slide. Yeah, good battle going on here. No, there he goes. Battle done. That's going to bring out the yellow. Although that will restack up. Because we were a good bit behind. I'll bring everyone back down with some fresh tires. You gotta watch out for it though, man. If you get a little bit too much wheel input, exiting turn 2, there's like a hump where you sort of, when you're at the top, you kind of like launch up, and the car tends to get light anyways. But when you're this skatey and you're this hung out, basically, it's real bad. It's like some ovals, you know, it's the bottom that the banking is set to. Some ovals, it's the top that the banking is set to, where you just kind of come out and you don't have that hump. Whereas here, it's the bottom where it's all the same height in terms of like elevation change. But the top ends up being way higher because of the fact that you don't have, you know, you're talking about going from, you know, however many degrees of banking there are up there, to now you're going to the straightaway, which is level at the bottom where there's no, you know, massive bump or anything like that. So apparently we just got her in there. Took our head off clean with the ollie pop there. Alrighty, on to the green flag. And oh no, boys, we have got an F1 paint scheme ahead of us. We're dead. It was nice knowing you guys. It was nice knowing you, but unfortunately, it's about time we call this stream a night, I guess. Because we know how this is about to end up. And we got two Tonys battling it out there up front. You know, you got Tony and Tony. What's bad about F1 paint schemes? Oh, Alex. You see, there's this thing. There's this rule. You run an F1 paint scheme on an Indy car, that's probably a good indication that you're going to be the guy that wrecks everyone. And I'm not saying that this guy's going to wreck everyone, because I think I've raced with this guy before, and I think he knows what he's doing. But what tends to happen is the people who put the F1 paint schemes on the Indy car are the people who are big-time Formula 1 fans, and, like, that's their thing. Formula 1 is nothing like Indy cars on an oval. Nothing at all. It's not even remotely similar, other than the fact that they're open-wheel cars with wings and slicks. So what ends up happening is, you know, a lot of these people just, they don't understand how you have to race on an oval to the same degree, and they tend to end up in lots of crashes. At least that's my explanation of why the F1 paint scheme effect exists in the Indy car. That's just trying to justify it, but it seems like every freaking time you run into a guy with an F1 paint scheme in an Indy car, it just, good things do not happen. It just never goes well, ever, ever, ever. There ain't nothing wrong with the F1 paint schemes themselves, or not that they don't look cool or anything. It's just like one of those things. It's a sign, you know.
Catch the 15 car.
Alrighty, we're just past halfway, guys. We're just past halfway. Hi. It feels like this race has gone by relatively quickly, and we've had some good green flag running, and the laps tick away really quickly, but we still got 50 laps to go. Yikes. What happens if this is a Marlboro paint scheme, since we're in Indy and F1? You can tell by the secondary sponsors. That's what makes the difference in that case. Yes, Chris, there are tear-offs. I'm not a fan of using them just because it irks people in the stream, as well as it's free immersion. So, 52 to go at the stripe, 5th place.
Green flag, green flag. You're in 5th. Outside. Clear. Car outside.
Just gonna take it easy on this one here.
Clear outside.
Because I know that guy's got speed. There's a reason why he was so quick at the end of that stint. So just kind of take it easy, manage the race. We picked up one anyways with the guy having the swervy. So it's all good. It's all good. Quite frankly, I don't know how the hell that guy's making that line work down there. Precious grip. Such glorious, precious grip. I've been slipping, sliding, and skating around for the last 30 laps, and then you put the fresh ones on. Definitely notice it. Double swervies! We got banana peels. Well, that's the F1 paint scheme effect right there. It was bound to happen. That was the good old iRacing sympathy spin right there. One guy slips up, then the next thing you know, the guy behind him is paying attention, focused in on him like, oh my goodness. Gotta avoid the wreck. And then the next thing you know, they're spinning around too, and it's just like, oh no. I don't know what it is about iRacing in particular, but the sympathy spin seems to happen a hell of a lot here in iRacing. Like, you'll see that happen all the time where one guy spins and then another guy spins at the same time. And the funny thing is, it's not like a sim racing thing, because you don't see it nearly the same amount in any other sim. But for whatever reason here in iRacing, it just that, you know. We will take fresh tires, kind of get on a bit of a different strategy-ish. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable here. Everything's going pretty well so far.
Line up, single file.
Yeah, you get target fixation. There you go. That's the best way to put it. Like, the tire wear in the IndyCar generally isn't massive, but I feel like we are sliding around so much and we are lifting, you know, in every corner, even in clean air, that it's probably not going to be too bad of a decision to take tires. This may be a touchy subject, but Weldon or Wilson? What's the question? I don't understand the subject other than two drivers. You know, Necromancer, I wouldn't mind seeing IndyCar actually go back to Vegas now that they have this car. the problem the problem with that 2011 race that should have frankly never been happened, it was a combination of just absolute insanity. It's not that, you know, you can't stick an Indy car on a 1.5 mile track. It's that that car in particular should not have been on a 1.5 mile track, especially when they were running, like, how many cars did they have that race? I think it was 33 cars in that race, because it's the last race of the old car, so everybody was all like, well, smoke them if you got them. And that was the end result. Pack racing is not what IndyCar should be about. And fortunately, with the DW12 and the iterations upon it, pack racing has been eliminated for the most part, although you'll still see stupid things like Fontana in 2015 or Texas last year, which, yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree that Texas last year was terrible. I mean, there's a lot of people who get like, oh, they're racing so close for laps on in and side by side. But it's like, yeah, you're not actually passing. You're just stuck together in a pack, super glued to one another. Like, and, you know, unfortunately, you know, Firestone did miss it, which I can somewhat understand. I think most of us can probably understand, given the circumstances with it basically being a brand new track. You know, even though, yes, they've raced at Texas before, but not in that configuration. So, like, it's somewhat understandable, but that can't be the norm. But there's people who, every single time there is a pack race, are like, see, this is the best thing ever.
Get ready, going green.
Case in point, the 2015 Fontana race. That race was just hot garbage. But it got people wound up. I don't know.
Green flag, green flag. You're in.
Should have been prepared for that restart a bit better. See, now there is the tire difference. Of course, the leader would seek to go ahead and jump it as quick as possible.
Car inside. Still there. Clear inside.
That was just me being asleep at the wheel a bit there. It's all good. Stick. Too late to make that move. All right, here should be a good opportunity.
Car outside. Stay low. Clear out.
No! Sorry about that, man. I don't think I hit you. I think that was net code, but that was way too aggressive there. I didn't feel anything. There was definitely no...
Now in third.
There was no sound effects or anything. Nothing fell through the wheel.
Go high.
Felt like we had space there. But you see right there, guys? It is possible to go ahead and take the blame there, you know?
The yellow flag is out. Line up, single file.
I wish you wouldn't have given me room on the bottom, because if you wouldn't have given me room on the bottom, I would have just gone around the outside. That's where I wanted to be anyways. No, that wasn't the F1 paint scheme there. That was just some guy with a random Budweiser car there. Yeah, that sucks though. I don't like wrecking people. Wrecking people sucks. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure that that was netcode, but you're racing these cars at this speed and this proximity. I mean, you gotta give some space. Yes, I'm going to the IndyCar race this year at Iowa. Should also be going up to Road America as well. Doing the old double dip.
Now open.
Whoa! Whoa there, buddy! That's...
Still not fitting.
Cars are solid there. Cars are solid there.
Well, you're faster than everyone, Tony, but you're braver than I would be. Just not enough laps on the tire.
Not enough laps on the tires.
Back up, close to normal. We ran like 10 or more laps.
Not enough laps on the tires, he says. Well, let's put that to the test.
Not worth it.
Catch the blonde car.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at the incident after the race. You know, we go through the carnage report. Always. Did you meet up with subs at the race? Hell no! Like, let's be real. Let's be real here. One of my shticks has been I'm never doing a face reveal. Now, if I did a meetup with subscribers at the race, wouldn't that just defeat the whole purpose? It removed the mystery. Where's the fun with that? And plus, like, I'm socially awkward and like, I don't know you people. I don't want to talk to you people. Like, just leave me alone, you know? Right? You go do your thing. I go do my thing.
I think we're down to 8 cars on track now.
Yeah, we should have had another one. There should still be another one here. I'm pretty confident we will hold them. I definitely don't think it was anything where we hit him that hard, because like I said, there was no contact sound effects. There was nothing felt through the wheel. We'll see here. You know, we'll have about 28 laps to go. We got fresher tires.
Catch the blonde car.
You know, we're not in a terrible position here. Some of us have an idea on your height, though. What, you just gonna, like, assume that everyone that is roughly my height must be empty box? And you're gonna, like, line everyone up within, like, a height bracket and just be all like, one of you guys
One lap to green.
is empty box. I'm on to ya. I'm on to ya. Oh yeah, don't forget weight. All right, here, I'll help you. I'll help you. I'm the tall, fat guy. There you go. Because, like, that's not totally Iowa in the first place. So, like, good luck. Like, half the people there that are over 6 foot tall are going to qualify as the tall, fat guy, you know? line them all up and make them say, "What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box."
Get ready.
That'd be one way to do it. All right, let's be ready for this restart here.
The pace car is in. Green flag, green
Good start,
flag.
good start.
Okay, you're in second. The next car's the leader. Car inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear.
Man, when you see someone make that lunge to the inside there, in that corner, and you're on the top, you just gotta be all like, "All right, here we go." Just gotta have nerves of steel because you know that guy is gonna be coming pushing up the track in a hurry. Nope. I'm blinking. We're disconnecting. The Q bar is going red. Oh no, come on, iRacing, come on, you can do it. Yeah, we're screwed. It's over, boys. Nope, we're back. Yes. No. It just came back too. Like, it just came back and then it's like, haha, nope. Oh, you gotta. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably like the first time I've been disconnected from iRacing in a very, very long time. Granted, I don't do the special events, so you know I'm not subjected to that, but yeah, that blows. That blows the big one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, there was no contact there, but racing at these speeds, the cars are bigger than what they appear, and you just have to live with that. But yeah, we should have been down a bit lower. We definitely cooked it in there a good bit, but I'll take the blame on that one. Shame he ended up getting wrecked, because I mean that should not. With a proper damage model and a proper car contact model, this would not happen. Hopefully. That's definitely a bummer, because it wouldn't have mattered anyways, because we would have gotten past them. So I mean, wrecking him out has absolutely no benefit at all. Yeah, just ends his race, and we have to take the blame on that one. But that's a shame though, because it was really, the whole thing was just building up. Because there are so few cars out there on track now that we had fresher tires than the leader by probably 20 laps because he kept staying out. I mean, I feel like we had a very good chance at winning that one if we would have gotten disconnected, but you know, that's probably it's probably some guy at iRacing headquarters who's not too thrilled about that Bristol video, and then the follow-up video that I did, who's all like, "Yeah, we'll get you now, just when you think you had a chance." That's probably actually what happened. I wouldn't put it past him. Anyway, so where is the caution here? We'll look at the LEDs there, somewhere thereabouts. I mean, we already know what this is going to be. Banana peels on the inside. Maybe? Maybe? Where's the yellow? I mean, everybody was fine. There's no one stopped or spinning. Oh, there it is. Going for the 360 no scope. MLG legit. Yep, that brought out the caution there. Pretty good handy driving right there. I mean, bunching it all up, saving back up. Anyways, next caution. Next caution, that's lap 26, 27, so we need to go ahead and rewind a little bit back. Finding all the carnage is always so much fun. Oh yeah, I know what this one is. This was, yeah, that was, good old Adriano just doing his thing. It's like he bottomed out quite heavily, but I'm pretty sure that's not actually what happened. Because he is from Brazil, so the net code ends up making things look a little bit goofy at times. And then, yeah, well, in his defense, once that happens, your tires are now like absolute roller skates, even more so than usual. So that's what happens. You get into the power, but the tires have basically been like flash overheated here in iRacing, and the rear end just steps out, and there's nothing you can do. That's one of the reasons why sliding the car in iRacing is so incredibly punishing, because like it will hit you like a brick wall in the face, because those tires just turn to jello as soon as they get a little bit too sideways. Even still, it's gotten better over the years, but it's still. It's probably the swervy. Yeah. Yep, just a swervy. Ends up stopping on the track. That brings out the yellow. This is on the racing surface. 58. Next one is the double swervies from the F1 paint scheme. And, Eric there. And whoop! Oh man, this is like the banana peels, man. The banana peels are real. It's so easy to do too. Like you get in this situation where I'm sure if we go on board, we'll see something here. You can see he's got a lot of wheel into it. Coming over that hump, exiting turn 2, when the car starts to get light, as you're basically falling off the track there, this car's going to want to snap around. You got all the oversteer anyways, because the car's just sliding around because the track temperature is so high, and iRacing tires absolutely hate that. So he's got two options here at this point. He backs way out of it and hopes to come out the other side, or alternatively, he puts more wheel into it, which is going to make the car snap on exit, or alternatively, he's going to knock down the wall. Like, this is not a good position to end up in, and both of these guys are ending up in it. Pushing it a little bit too hard on exit there because, you know, that's where you are. You don't want to have this much wheel into it when this car is driving this way, when you're that close to the wall, this high up the track, when the track goes downhill, because it's going to end up coming around on you every time, basically. But, again, what do you do in this situation? Just release the wheel and hope that you don't smash into the wall? I mean, it's tricky. Like, some of you guys out there, you know, when you watch it, like, I know what some of you guys are definitely thinking is just like, oh, this is just simple left-hand turns. You know, especially with, you know, all the downforce and everything. You think that the stock cars are like more difficult and everything, but driving this car around this track and racing with it really is just as much of a challenge as any other road course, because it is so easy to end up in these situations where there's no winners. Plus, you can see there's probably a little bit of marbles here, which, granted, in iRacing they don't tend to do all that much, but they do a little bit. And just, it's so easy to do. There's a reason why we saw like 8 guys end up spinning off of turn 2. So even though it's an F1 paint scheme, and we're gonna pick on them as F1 paint scheme because, you know, it is the F1 paint scheme. I mean, there's a reason why half the field ended up hitting the old banana peels in turn 2. Whoop! And we're gone. And unfortunately for him, unfortunately for F1 paint scheme here, he would have been perfectly fine if the other guy hadn't done it as well. Because instead, you know, he would have been able to back up down this track, and that would have been perfectly fine. Kept it out of the wall, he would be good to go. But with the other guy having also hit the banana peel in turn 2, bouncing it off the wall, it's just like playing billiards at that point, you know? Just like hit the ball off the cushion, if you will. Just bonk. So that was that. We already took a look at the yellow that I caused by bumping that guy off. So that's going to do it. Yeah, right there, lap 89. Fastest lap of the race. We're getting into it. We had the tires. I don't know if we had the skill, because this guy's really good. There's a reason why he was up front, but I think we would have at least had a chance, because I think those tires would have ended up paying off. Maybe not so much, you know, within the first 10 laps, but if it went green to the end, we would have had a chance. But here, we go back, look at this one here. I just love it. This track in particular, you end up in this situation because you do have, you know, I'm pretty sure it's progressively banked, so there's less banking at the bottom. But if you turn it in here, and if you can clear them, you can actually do basically a slide job and come out the other side in front. You'll have no momentum, but it can work. But if not, you end up in this situation where if you're on the high line, you just have to be up there knowing that that guy is going to come out the other side of the corner somewhere. Even though you can't see him, you know, this is, again, kind of one of those field of view things where people are all like, you know, how can you race people when you can't see them? Well, you know, he went down to the bottom of the track. He's going to come out somewhere, and where he's going to end up coming out is going to be just about that high line exiting turn 4, and you better be ready for it, because that space is going to be claimed really quickly. It's like, nope. But sort of like a dirt track move, a little slide job, because that's basically what it is. But yeah, the banana peels in turn 2. How long before tires come back to normal? It's really tough to say. Once you cool them off, it's not so much the problem with the slippage and like the wreck that Adriano had, where he got into it and then like 10 seconds later he get into the power again thinking you're good to go and the thing steps out. That's the problem, because the tires do flash overheat basically and screw you over like that. But I mean, it's one of those things where I would probably say in this condition where the track temperature is so high, because by iRacing standards, the 118 degrees Fahrenheit, that's roughly 100 and probably like 100 and, or no, obviously not 100, probably like 52 degrees Celsius, somewhere thereabouts. Actually, it's more than that, probably about 55 degrees Celsius. You know, because it is so high, you know, the tires don't cool off, and that's what causes the problem, because, you know, that's, the tires hate being overheated, and that's what ends up happening. So you have to give it some time to cool off. And in a cooler condition, you'd probably be fine, you know, going the next corner. But you know, in these conditions where it is so warm and toasty out there, yeah, No, that's good luck. You're just hanging on at that point. But anyways, we're gonna close it out. That was a stream tonight. 47.7 degrees Celsius. That was close. Close enough for an American who's not a scientist. Like, I tried. I made an effort. I made an honest effort there. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Fun race. It was a good race. Unfortunately, we got discoed at the end. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next week. Same place, same time. All right, bye.